He's one of the most iconic faces in music, in art, and as The Independent called him, this man influenced an entire generation with both his music and appearance. So your first love was jazz, wasn't it, and blues?
It's just a few things at the same time, really, and investigating all of them. But jazz and blues were kind of special because I didn't know anyone else who was into that stuff, so it was my own little world for a while.
So what was it like when you went on to university?
When I got to university, I met all these other kids who, from other countries or different parts of this country, who were also into art and were also kind of characters with passion for creativity. And so it was wonderful. It's probably like you guys here. Must be a lot of creative forces all in the same building, and it's great fun. We were into kind of America and soul music, and I guess then the Beach Boys as well, and all sorts of Motown, Stax, all that stuff. And I started having a band, doing a bit of music at that time.
So after that, you moved to London, became a pottery teacher, and then Roxy
Well,
Music.
that was a kind of, I didn't know anything about pottery. I thought, well, if I got a couple of days teaching, I'd have the rest of the week to write my songs, which I was starting to put together a band, and I wanted to use electronic sounds in the songs I was writing. And a mutual friend turned me on to Andy Mackay. He had this synthesizer, thing called a VCS3, which I wanted to have a look at. Anyway, he came over with this, and he immediately joined the band. And he says, I know this guy called Bryan Eno who's got a really good tape recorder. And so Bryan Eno came over with this huge German Ferrograph, really big tape recorder, proper thing. And he recorded us and stayed from that night. So I wasn't really trying to create one style of music. It was more about playing around with different styles. And hoping that something which was unique and which was our own would come out of it, which it kind of did. And eventually I found somebody who really liked it. And we then had a sort of record deal.
The success that came after that, is there one memory, one moment that you always remember thinking, this is happening, we've made it?
I went past this record store, and the image we'd chosen for the, I got very involved in making the cover sleeve, the cover art, and it was filled in this window. I thought, wow, it's like having your own art show, but it's for people in the street to see, And we didn't want ourselves to be on the cover particularly. We wanted something else. In America, to sell Coca-Cola or a fridge or a car, they'd have like a beautiful woman standing by it with a Hoover or something. And so that's what we did. I said, let's put a beautiful woman on the cover. We kept it as a running theme, to have just like these glamorous women in different situations. And so people began to recognize what a Roxy album was, because it had, and there was something just maybe a bit off about it as well, which was quite cool. After the third Roxy album, I started this solo career, and I wanted to do an album which was very different, which was a holiday away from my writing, And I thought, well, it'd be fun to just take a lot of songs from people I liked. It was a hit record, the album. So suddenly I found I had two careers, and one which was my main thing with Roxy, where it was doing what I thought was really interesting work. And then this sideline of doing covers of other people's songs.
Where did the band name Roxy Music come from?
Well, we liked the idea of it being like a cinema name, because a lot of those names like Roxy, Asoldo, Gaumont, Odeon, Stoll, Plaza, they were names of picture palaces, where you'd go to take yourself out of yourself and see these wonderful films and colour and music and stories and life. And so we wanted to name the cinema, and Roxy seemed to be the one that fitted best.
I was just wondering if you have any particular or specific processes when it comes to writing music and lyrics?
If it's something I think, I quite like that, I'll record it. And over a period of time, I'll have a whole tape full of maybe little ideas and or just modes or riffs or something. When I've made something in the studio, if it's good enough, then I'll try and write the words that match that.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. It's been a great honour to have you here, I think.
Thank you very much.
You know, you've had a great afternoon. You're very lucky to get the tickets.
Good luck, everybody, with whatever you're doing in music.
With someone like Bryan Ferry, who's written music for generations to listen to, it's amazing to see these people and to hear their personal stories of how they've kind of gone through their careers. So it's really interesting to kind of see that and to take bits out of them to see what you could put in your own kind of music and your own career and stuff.